What if river fishing isn't just challenging? It's designed to punish mistakes. Most anglers lose fish before they even realize what they did wrong. But a few small adjustments can completely change your success on the water. Let's get wise. Standing in freezing water just to catch fish already filters out most people. So if you're going to suffer through it, you might as well be doing it right. Because effort without results doesn't make you hardcore. It just makes you frustrated.
So in your opinion, what's better, centerpin or spinning?
It depends on who's fishing. If you, like for an experienced fisherman, a centerpin just makes floating easier. It makes fighting the fish harder and more of a challenge for guys who, have caught so many of them that they don't care anymore. That's not me, but I mainly fish it because it just makes floating easier. You have to, because you haven't done much bobber fishing, have you?
Done a little bit.
Done a little bit. You know how you got to mend line and keep your line upstream of the bobber, and
Yep.
You don't want to, if you touch the line too much and you hold the bobber up, your presentation lifts up off the ground. Well, this just, when you turn the clicker off, this just freewheels.
Gotcha.
So you don't really have to mend line at all. You just let it roll. But
So Brian does that with a bait caster.
oh yeah,
Just thumbs it and
that's what I do for salmon. I'm done with this for salmon. It's way too much work. It's more fun for steelhead.
Steelhead anglers can argue endlessly over centerpin versus spinning versus bait casters. But the fish, they don't really care what you're holding. What matters is control, presentation, drift, and consistency. If you can master that, the gear stops being the deciding factor.
This is a spinning reel set up for bobber fishing for steelhead. I've got braid main line, which, like I said, probably shouldn't have today, but it'll work good later. Some guys just go right from their main line to their leader. I like to run a shot line. That way, if you do break your leader off, you don't take a chance of losing your bobber and everything. So 20-pound braid. I like fluorocarbon for my shot line, just because fluorocarbon's basically invisible underwater. Raven bobber, Raven tubing, cheap Eagle Claw lead, and some guys would run on their shot line. Some guys would space out split shot, but for these deeper holes and honestly for newer fishermen too, it keeps you more honest, because this is going to tell you exactly when you're on bottom, even if you're not as good at reading a bobber. So this gets your bait down quick, then down to your leader and a bead and a Gamakatsu octopus hook. That's my favorite color on the peon bead.
why that color?
The tannic color of the water. I don't know for sure, but I think it's the tannic color of the water. There's good contrast against it, because that's part of the problem is the fish just can't, especially this early in the morning. And that's usually when I find those green and chartreuse beads work better, is early morning too, when there's bad visibility or the water's dirty. But this, most of the time, especially during the day, this has been my best color. I don't know if that's called fireball orange or what, but just natural color egg.
Braid will ice up fast in freezing conditions and lock your eyelets solid. Once that ice builds, line flow gets restricted and pressure starts shifting into your rod and guides. If you're running braid in the cold, you need to constantly clear the buildup, or you're setting yourself up for failure.
You don't want to wade out too far into the river right now, because you could potentially spook fish once that sun gets higher, because like you can see on your shoulder like I'm doing right now, it casts a shadow, and these fish are that skittish that they will spook from a shadow. They were originally steelhead, or from the ocean, not these ones, but they're used to being predated on by birds from above or sharks from underneath. So even though they don't have all those predators here, they still have eagles around here, so they will take off if given any opportunity. Hey, there you go. Oh!
Don't worry, we got it.
That's 2 today. You saw that going upriver on me, right?
Uh-huh. Try to reel it up as fast as you can.
Yep.
So you call that a fish finder? Why do you call it a fish finder?
Just got a much higher chance of running into a fish when you've got a double bead rig on than you got 2 presentations and you're trying to figure out which color they want also. I don't know why, but a lot of guys say they'll only run the same size or only run the same color, and I always run 2 different colors, and then it seems like once I start hitting on one, I just go to that single bead of the same color, at least until it changes again. So they like to change like every 20 minutes some days.
So now, how do you tie that onto that other hook?
Well, normally I wouldn't do a double bead rig like this. All I did was use a uni knot and snug it up. But normally I'd snell the first hook and just leave a little bit longer of an extension of the line past that first hook and just snell another hook in line. Basically, just like you're tying a crawler harness for walleye, if you've ever done that.
I haven't, but maybe somebody else on the internet has.
Someone will know what I'm talking about for sure.
Fishing rewards anglers who adjust, not the ones who stubbornly stick to a dead plan. That might mean switching to a double bead rig, moving water, or completely resetting your approach. The moment you stop seeing results, the clock is already ticking on your current setup.
Got something? Hey, there we go. Boat flipping, there you go.
Oh yeah, I got a 12-pound leader. Hey, stop it. I want to release you safely and don't hook me. The internet doesn't start yelling at me for mishandling a trout.
Nice.
Cute little guy. I got excited for a second. He hit it hard and I was like, oh, please be a little steelhead.
They're pretty fish, man.
Yeah.
If I had more patience, I could probably get into fly fishing.
Jack makes the decision to switch to a spinner, and almost immediately it pays off. Not with a steelhead, but with this brown trout. Just a simple adjustment, and the results followed right away.
At least you're a master of something today.
That tells me exactly what I've been thinking though. Am I good?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because the bigger the fish, the more of a temperature warm-up it takes to get them active. And I guarantee there's browns in every hole here.
Every day on the water has a result, but not every result is success. Some days you stack fish, other days you just stack lessons. And the anglers who last are the ones who pay attention to both. Drop your questions in the comments, subscribe for more straightforward field breakdowns from the woods and water. And as always, stay wild, stay sharp, and stay wise. We'll catch you guys next time.